When you replace a roof in Murfreesboro, you are making a critical structural decision. You are building a frontline defense against highly aggressive local weather. Rutherford County's residential code specifically flags our area for severe weathering and requires a 115 mile/hour design wind speed. Add in nearly 56 inches of annual rainfall and heavy humidity, and you have an environment built to break things down. Summer heat baking your attic, followed immediately by severe storm-driven winds, physically compresses the practical lifespan of lower-end roofing materials. This forces a distinct decision for homeowners. Do you rely on standard asphalt shingles to weather the storm, or do you upgrade to a premium metal system? Because of our local climate, buying the absolute cheapest roof on the market often becomes the most expensive path of homeownership, simply because the severe weather will force you to replace it years before you plan to. The natural instinct is to compare these two options by looking straight at the initial installation quote. Looking at broad market installation costs, asphalt shingles run between $4 and $8.50 per square foot. Metal demands a premium, climbing to $16 or more. Because roofs are massive transactions, initial sticker shock blinds buyers. The first invoice is the wrong metric. Comparing a piece of asphalt directly to a piece of metal misses the point. The most important variable in this equation is the time you plan to spend in the house. Homeowners generally fall into two categories: the short to mid-term optimizer, who expects to move within 10 years, and the long-term steward, planning to stay for 15, 20, or more years. The best material for your house depends entirely on whether you are buying this roof for the next owner or buying it to protect your own future. If you are an optimizer, a high-quality architectural asphalt shingle is an exceptionally effective financial tool. It gets your home protected quickly while requiring significantly less capital upfront. That leaves plenty of room in your budget for crucial updates like underlying decking repairs, better attic ventilation, or brand new gutters. Shingles are standard across the industry. If a severe storm rolls through Murfreesboro, isolated repairs are easier to schedule, cheaper to execute, and require less specialized labor. The strict trade-off is longevity. Under constant exposure to intense Tennessee weather, great architectural shingles usually reach their practical limit between 20 and 30 years. This graph maps cumulative costs over 50 years. If you outlive that timeline, you will face a second, highly expensive tear-off and replacement cycle, multiplying your total ownership cost. Asphalt pays off the fastest. It solves the immediate leak without draining your cash flow, making it the clear winner if you plan to sell the house before the roof reaches the end of its life. For the long-term steward, standing seam metal roofing is built to eliminate that second replacement cycle entirely. A premium metal system offers 40 to 80 years of durability and a massive margin of safety. Looking back at our chart, the metal line starts higher but plateaus over time. It eventually becomes the cheaper option by avoiding a second installation. Metal also gives you a distinct advantage against Murfreesboro's grueling summer heat. A true cool roof uses specific reflective finishes, or lighter colors, to actively bounce solar energy away from your house, keeping surface temperatures down and reducing the cooling load on your air conditioner. However, installing a dark metal roof without reflective properties will still absorb substantial heat, canceling out those potential energy savings entirely. The major trade-off with metal is that it demands absolute precision. It is highly unforgiving of installer error. The high price of a metal roof secures exacting craftsmanship. You are paying a premium for how the crew manages flashing, trim details, and the natural thermal expansion of the panels. Metal only pays off over the long haul if the original installation is flawless. A mediocre metal installation erases every financial advantage you paid for. We also need to look at how the real estate market values these materials when you decide to sell your home. National data shows asphalt roof replacements recoup about 68% of their cost at resale, while metal recoups only 50%. Buyers generally just want a roof that won't leak. Asphalt is the acceptable default, making them hesitant to pay extra for a premium metal upgrade. You should treat potential homeowners' insurance discounts as a nice bonus, rather than a guaranteed reason to choose metal. Things depend entirely on the specific impact resistance rating of the roofing product and the exact underwriting rules of your specific insurance carrier. You should never rely on short-term resale value or assumed insurance discounts to offset the high upfront cost of metal. To get your return on investment, you have to keep the home long enough to utilize its massive lifespan. Let's bring all these variables together to map out your final decision, based on the single most important metric: time. If your expected time left in the home is under 10 years, and you are fixing a rental property, prepping to sell, or needing to protect your current cash flow, Asphalt is the definitive choice. On the other hand, if your timeline stretches to 15, 20, or more years, and your goals are to age in place, completely eliminate future replacement cycles, and secure extreme storm resilience, metal is the definitive choice. The core rule of Murfreesboro roofing is straightforward. Asphalt shingles pay off faster, while metal roofing pays off longer. Regardless of which side of that flowchart you land on, Murfreesboro's weather will test your new roof immediately. The material label takes a backseat to the quality and precision of the local installation crew putting it together. High wind codes and heavy moisture demand an installation partner versed in local building science, requiring far more expertise than standard nailing patterns. Contact Trusted Roofing Murfreesboro to get a precise evaluation tailored to your specific home, your current budget, and your future timeline. Choose the roofing material that fits your future, but invest in the local craftsman who can actually make it last.